Hello, my friends. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. Ken here at the Stamps of Life in Orange County, California. Welcome to all of you. I hope there will be a bunch of you here today. Everybody should be inside today, I think, because let me tell you, it is hot. It is finally even hot here in Orange County. Let me hit my record button there. Yesterday when I was driving home on the freeway, about 2 o'clock, it was 94. And so that is the hottest I have seen. I think on the weekend it was pretty hot, but I was not out. And I just took a look at the weather map and I saw all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast, hot, hot, hot. And if you're in the middle, Texas and all those big states there, it is even hotter. So try to stay cool. This is a great time to hang out, stay home if you can, and make some cards, right? So that is what we're going to do here today, or at least we're going to take a look at some items that we can make cards with. This is Take Two Tuesday, and my name's Ken. I'm with the Stamps of Life. What we do on, if you're new, we take a look at some items from the Stamps of Life from the past, and this is kind of our second look at them, so we call it Take Two. And we're going to look at some dies from back in, I think, 2020. Is it 2020 and 2021? And also going way back in time for a 2017, a real old timer. So that should be fun. Let me figure out where I am here. I lost my mouse. There it is. Okay. So I think everything's running good. As of right now, I know I got on time. I started off on time, so that's good. Now, so on Take Two Tuesday, we are looking back at these. A lot of you guys have these dies already. And so these episodes are a reminder for you that you might just want to break out something that you have forgotten that you had and put it to use again, right? That's the point. If you have all these dies and you're not using them, well, you want to get them out and use them again. So this is a reminder for you who have these dies already. And then for those of you who maybe are new to the Stamps of Life, this is a reminder for you too, because a lot of these items, we release, so many new products and everything. We don't have a lot of time to talk about items from the past. So for you, this might be something that is new and it might be super interesting to you. You didn't know we had these stamps and these dies. So the point will be, I'll try to show you some of those items that would be new to you. So we should have some fun. We're going to get rolling here. Let's see. Before we start to take a look at our items today, let me pull up my chats here so I can say hi to some of you. Oop, I went a little blink there. Hopefully all these electronics hold together. I don't know if the heat will affect them. Hopefully not. At least that we can use it for the excuse. Hi, Gail on Facebook. Quiet there on Facebook. I see only a couple people, but let's see over here on YouTube. We got a bunch of you. Hi, Ellen and Janet and Karen and Ver. Daisy Girl. Welcome to all of you. Jean. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. And thanks again for dropping in and spending some time with me. We should have some fun for the next hour. So we'll take a look at the dies, and then at the end, we'll have our devotion, our good news segment. I have, I think, a fun question and maybe a little fun facts for us for some of these items as we go through. If you have your Bible, you want to get ready for, we're doing the 10 Commandments. So we're in Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12, where it says to honor your father and your mother. So we'll talk about that. And it is important that, we pay attention to what God wants us to do, and that's one of his top 10 commandments. So we'll take a look at that, all right, a little bit later. So get ready for that. We should have some fun. All right, if you didn't know, we have a brand new Fold It release. Looks like these are the stencils that you would get, and you would get, of course, the fun postcard with some ideas. So if you're in the Fold It Club, I started shipping these yesterday. So some of them did get in the mail yesterday. We got some of them labeled. Maria was still off yesterday, so she made it back in today, and she got everything labeled. So I will, after we finish this episode, I will be running to the post office, and I will be getting the rest of the Folded Club shipment sent out to you. All right, so if you are a Folded Club member, you have something fun to look forward to. Might make it this weekend. Today's only Tuesday, so there's a chance. Now that will be the folded you get. You get the Topsy-Turvy Tortoise folded die set. I don't know the die count on there, but you get a bunch, some decorative fun stuff, and of course I have some samples. These are the stencils. There's 2 stencils in there. Oh, and I found out if you're in the Folded Club, coming up in August, there is going to be a freebie stencil in excuse me, in your club. Hang on one second. I've got a niche here. In your Folded Club shipment, you're going to get a freebie. So that's something fun to look forward to. And I also know that Die Hard Club, Stamp Club, and Folded Club, not Folded Club, Card Kit Club, excuse me, you will all be getting a freebie with your August shipment. And Stephanie has always coincided that with her her birthday. Stephanie's birthday is August 11th, so we celebrate Stephanie's birthday in one way by giving you fun extra gifts, so something extra for you. And then I have these great samples. I will show you these. My main camera is blinking here a little bit, so while we cut over to camera 2, I'm going to try to fix this main camera. Alright, so give me 1 second and we'll go through those samples. Let's make sure this one's working okay here. It looks like it's connected good. Well, that's not good on camera 1, but let me give it another try here. Now it's decided to go totally off, which is not good. Come back, camera 1. Okay, anyway, we'll look at these. Hopefully camera 1 will get going. There it is, maybe. I'll try my little picture-in-picture here, see if I pop up. There we are. All right, some great samples here. This one has our new tortie, and also features the horizontal stage card. That is good. I like that one. And so that's one way you can add it as a card front. And then we have our little tortie as a fold it. Have a happy day. It's a have a happy day right there. Let's see. I'm still blinking here on this one, so I got to try to fix that. No, that's not good. Okay, let's continue on here. There's another card front idea. Now, I know some of you are getting a lot of rain. This time of year, we do not get any rain in Southern California, but there's a little cute umbrella card. Let's celebrate. And that was on a card front on top of a banner. And there's our fold it idea. A couple more here. That's a good one. And last one, this for all you desert people, if you're in Texas or Arizona or even out here in Southern California, the desert is our desert tortoise. And he looks like he's cooking out there in the heat. And it is hot everywhere, right? Okay, so those are our samples. If you want to get in the Fold It Club, you can sign up for that on the Stamps of Life website. Remember, with the Fold It's, the only way... I'm going to see if this camera is still goofy here. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to fix this camera. In the meantime, I'm going to switch over so you don't just look at me fiddle with this, but it's doing some kind of artifacting there. So let's see what we can do. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get rid of all those sparkles. I'll go back over to camera 2. Give me 1 second. Let's see if we can fix this real quick. Goes too nuts. Alright. Seems like every week there's kind of something. Maybe I got rid of them. Let's give it a try. Some of the time, I know I told you guys this before, and I will switch back over. I'm just readjusting my camera here. Some of the time you might be having some problems with your electronics. Some of the time what you need to do is sometimes what you need to do is just unplug them and reconnect them. Sometimes you got to turn them off. Let's see if I can adjust that a little bit. Turn them off and turn them back on. Or if you have a whole bunch of apps or something like that, close them all. Sound is all staticky. My sound should be okay. It shows up to here. Let me turn off my sound here real quick. Okay, let me know how my sound is now. I readjusted it. I can't hear it myself, but let me know if it sounds better. I disconnected one camera. Maybe that's causing the static. I did readjust a couple cords. I got the picture to come back. Okay, but let's see what's happening. You guys let me know what's going on with the sound, if it sounds better. I just adjusted the sound, so let's see. All my readings show that the sound is correct, but we could be still having some audio problems. Let me know if it has changed. I want to work on it because it's no good if my sound is all goofy. Nobody can stand that. Still staticky. Okay, let me try something else. Hang on. Disconnect this one. Okay, let's try that. Let me know. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know if that is better. I unplugged the mic from the other camera, and we'll see if that will fix things or not. I'm not using the mic I'm wearing right now, so it's just the mic from my camera. So hopefully it's resetting. Let me know what you get. Better? Shelby says better. Is it? Okay. Thank you. Sorry. So there is another example. My main camera, I had static, crazy stuff going on there. I unplugged it, got rid of the static. And then my other camera, where I'm using the mic, is I had to unplug that one too. So I apologize. Things are, I don't know. But some of the time you just unplug things, turn things off, power things down, close apps, and some of the time it will fix the problems. We had a phone not working the other day that was not charging, and we just turned it off. So we were putting it on one of the mats where it will just charge by itself, and we turned it off, and then we sat it back down on the mat, and when we turned it back on, boom, it started charging. It was just like magic. So it's just one of those weird things. But thank you for telling me. I would rather you tell me if there's a problem, if something's going on and not working right, because I can't hear myself here, and so lets me know that something's wrong, and then I can try to fix it, right? So good. Let's go on. We want to start looking at our items from today. I did our introduction. I showed you the Fold It Club. We are going back in time here a bit. I have several different versions, but not a lot of samples on this one. Let's see. Got that group. We'll put those over there. I seem to be missing something here. What has happened to my other... Ah, there they are. This is the... It should be Lanky. Want to make sure. This is the Lanky Just A Note die. Okay, it's a word die. It has the shadow. I do have a couple samples for this one. Let me find my slide. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Note. Okay, so Just a Note word die set. This is from June of 2020. The big thing is if you like this one, well, let me show you the samples first. And I'll also show you from the website. I thought I had 3 samples, but now I only have 2 in my hand. Let me see. There's another one here. Nope, just 2 samples, but we'll pull it up on the website as well first. All right, let me grab that from the website. Looks like it's trying to load. Okay, and let's go ahead and switch over that. There you see, if you haven't signed up for our texts and emails, you get that $5 discount. So if you're new to Stamps Alive, make sure you do that. So this is just the note die. You see there's a few card samples down here. The thing is, we only have 10 of these left. So that's why I wanted to mention, and I know it's on the, it's going to be retired. So if you like this one, there you see the retiring soon, you might want to pick it up if you don't have it. You might already have it. You know, a lot of you got it. A lot of you like the Lanky style font. So here's a couple more samples here. Just a note, 10 left, and then they're gone for good. There are some good ideas. You can use just the letters if you want, or you can use it with the shadow. So that, I think all these samples have the shadow being used, but you have 2 different options on that. Let me show you the 2 samples I found. Whoops, there we go. So I have this Just a Note right there on kind of a notebook looking background. And that background was using rectangle dies. And the list, that is list to write. I'm not sure if we still have that one, but a good example of how you could use that. And then one more, this one's kind of pretty, Just a Note. So just a way to get a little message out to somebody, remind them that you're thinking about them. On the inside of that one, it says, I miss you so much. And I don't know if this one had anything. This one's blank on the inside. So just want to let you know on that one real quick, just 10 left, all right? So that one's getting low. It's the Lanky Just a Note. It would go like that way. 2 dies. Use it with the shadow or without. You have the options on that one. Next up, let me switch over again. Is that, nope, not that one. Oh, there we go, peek. All right, these are called the Peekaboo dies, and they all started coming out in, you can see early March of in February and January, so early 2021. There are 3 different versions. There is the rectangle, the circle. The samples I will show you today have the circles, and then also the squares. Okay, so 3 different versions, and I will show you how we can use that. I have a couple samples here, again, that are all circles. The one thing to note on these, let me find the first one. One of them is getting low. It is the Peekaboo circle. Let me see if I can grab. That's the rectangle. Rectangle. They're all rectangle. How could they all be rectangle? Round. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you have the Peekaboo round, and you get only 5 left of that one. Okay, so that one is getting really low, just a few left, and it's also on the retiring list. So that is this one here. You get a bunch of dies. It says it comes with 7 dies in that one. And then we also have, I can switch over, I think I have it. We have this square version. On the square and rectangles, we have quite a few, so you don't have to worry about those. But we have some samples down here. I'll show you the samples here. Here's on the slim line and a card front there. And I'll show you how it works. It opens up as little windows, and you can have a little message inside, or you can put a little character in there, all kinds of, here's some faces being used under that. I'll show you how it works. It's real easy. And on a slim line, and you see how going back, so you can close it, the Peekaboo, and then when they open it, your recipient, they get the fun little surprises in there. So those are the Peekaboos, and we have one more which is that's the rectangle. Let me find the square. Should be right around here. Nope. Oh, where is the square? All right, I should be able to find it real quick. Hang on there. Okay, there's the square, and it also has the largest die is 2x2. You get on that one. How many do you get? Oh, it doesn't say, does it? You get a bunch. Let's see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like 8 dies in that set. Okay, and that is the square version. Again, on the square and rectangles, we have quite a few of them, and I see that it looks like the same samples down there. But I'm going to show you the card samples I have that are using the circle, and then we have some fun cards here. I'll show you how these open up, and I'll show you how easy it is to make one. All right. So you have the circles. Again, this one we're down to just 5, and you just add the little die to the front of your card. You have it cut through, and you can add your little characters in there. This is a fun one, right? Those two guys. You got the little horse and the pig in there, and got this one with the squirrel. Let's see what his surprise is going to be. Sweet dreams. Ah, another little squirrel. That's pretty cute, right? Some fun ideas for you. And let's see what's on this one. This one looks like it has some sentiments on the inside. So you've got your thanks so much stamped on there as your kind of background or your card front. You got your little owl, a sentiment. I think there's one more up here, and a little cookie. So you can have all kinds of fun surprises. Those are the peekaboo dies. One more. This is using with the birdhouse Fold It. All right, we've got that. And let's see what's in there. There's our little birds. And what's up here? Another little guy right there. So you can have fun with those. Yeah, so let me show you, since, let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to show you how I will try the square. Well, give it a try. We'll run one of these through. I'll show you how easy it is to do. All right, let me move over to my other camera. I'm going to check and double check and see if everything's working okay here. Again, you might have these. If you do, you want to use them, and they're real easy. You're just making your basic card, and you're just adding a little something extra. You know, it's fun to have. This is an easy way to add something extra special to your card, so you want to use those. If you don't have them, 5 left of the circle, okay, 5. And then on the square and the rectangle, we have a good stock of those, so no rush. But if you want them, we have them on the website. Let's go over to our little workstation here. All right, and I'm going to switch mics to hang on with me. All right, hope you can hear me, and hopefully no static. All right, let's get going over there and see how our chat's doing here before I make sure everyone's there. Hi, Cheryl over there on Mimi on Facebook. Welcome, everybody. And on YouTube, it looks like we're doing good. Great. Hopefully the sound's all good. Let's take a look at these. So we have our square, and I'm going to just show you real easy how it is. I just say this was, of course, this is not A2, or I don't even think this is 5x7. I just hand cut this. But just say I want to have some of these little characters show up in my window. Let's see. I thought I saw some pelicans here early, so let me look for those. There's some pelicans. That one might work in there. And we'll cut a couple different sizes. These ones will be good. We'll make those peek through the window. So I'll put my paper pad over there. And since I'm just showing you a sample of how this works, we're not really making an official card or anything like that. So we don't, whoops, sorry. Almost forgot to switch over. Sorry, guys. So what I meant to show you there was I have my paper pad. I'm going to make these little guys peek through, and we'll cut a couple different sizes. This was the cardstock sheet that I'm going to use. Excuse me. It might be about 5x7, but it's not measured or anything. So it's not like this is an official card or anything like that. It's just so I can show you a sample of how this works. All right. We're going to go ahead and lay this down. If you're new to die cutting, if you have a machine, let me turn the light up a little bit on this. When you go to die cut, you're kind of making, they call it like a die cutting sandwich. I hear some people call it that. You're going to have your platform, the big heavy piece. So this is, again, for real beginners. Most of you guys know this, but I'm just trying to, fill in some people who are maybe new to this. You'd have your machine, and it comes with this big heavy duty platform. Sometimes these are magnetic. This is just regular. And you're going to want to add one plastic cutting pad, they call it. And you can see all these lines in here. This is all the little parts where we have made cuts in the past. We're going to add that. And then we're going to add our card stock. And then we get our dies out. So I'm going to pick a couple different sizes out here. This guy's a little bit smaller, and this guy, one of these guys are a little bit larger. So I'm going to try one of each. And we'll just run it through there. And I'll show you how you can do this real easy yourself. So just pretend this was your card front. And you're making a card for a friend or a family member. You get a couple of your dies out here. Let's see if we can match these up. That might be just a little bit too small for that one. We could have them get cut out a little bit, but it'd be nice if he shows completely through. And then this little bigger guy will use the largest die, okay? So that will be what we're aiming for. And we just want to make little windows. That's it's called peekaboo. So as a window, it's normally closed, but your recipient can open up the little flaps, the little windows, and they get their little surprise there. Again, you could put little characters inside, or you can add sentiments, whatever you would like to do. All right, so lots of options with that, and it's fun. Maybe if it was a birthday, you can put some numbers inside the window. Yeah, just different things like that. You have lots of options, right? Let me get this out of the way. And we're just going to run that through one time. So we put after that first cutting pad, we added the cardstock, then the dies, and then another cutting pad. So these two plates are being compressed onto the die, which pushes into the paper, and it cuts into the paper, and that's how we're going to get our windows. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to bring that all the way back over to this side. And this is our peekaboo dies. This is the square version. We also have circle for a limited time and rectangle. So you can see what it's done. It's cut 3 of the sides, but it's only scored on the 4th side. So you have the option of creating a window. Now, normally dies will completely cut on all 4 edges, but this is meant just to score, and so you get these windows. So let's get our little guys from our pattern paper pad. This might still be available on the website. You would have to check. This paper pad is called Summer Days, and it is summertime, so this would be a good one. So you would just line it up like this. I would have my window there, and that would pop right through. So easy, right? And say if I'm lining up with my, of course you would have to cut these guys out and get them to fit just first, but I'm just trying to show you real fast how that works. The little image, and then this guy fits in the larger one. Super easy. This guy might fit here, and so you can go crazy with these, and it just adds a little something that's fun and extra to your card that is not normal. It's different, right? It's not what a card normally does, and that's what you're trying to do, is create some different interest for your recipients, right? It's always fun to have a card that has a little motion, like flip its. If you have the boxes that fold up, that's nice how they can open up. Here you can just add motion to the front of your card with these peekaboo dies. All right, so that is our first look. Let me move back over to my main station here. My cat should be back on, I think. And I'm gonna switch my video over. Great. So I hope you guys like those. A reminder to you who already have them, break those out, use them. If you just need some inspiration, go on the website, and there were card ideas from the design team on there that looked really nice. So check those out, okay? All right, we've gone through a bunch of things. Now, the next item we are looking at is the Stamps of Life 5x7 box card. But the first card I saw really kind of inspired me, started making me think of beaches and islands. And so I always like to have some fun facts, some different things that we can take a look at. We have some fun facts today about islands. And so my first question before we even go on any more, have you ever gone to a far away island? That's my question. What is a far away island that you have gone to? And part two of that question is, would you go there again? Was it worth the second trip? Stephanie and I, every year and a half, maybe 2 years, we do have a timeshare in Hawaii. We go to Maui, and we really enjoy it. Now, of course, Maui's had a rough time the last few years, but when we've gone there, we would always have a good time. And we always recommend people going to Hawaii. It's kind of like being in the USA. There's a Costco when you get off at the airport. So we stock up at Costco. There's a Walmart. We get all our food and groceries, and sometimes we get a pizza or some hot dogs, and then we head off to our hotel. But we always have a fun time in Maui. I'm thinking of a couple other places. Let me know again, where have you visited? And what's a faraway island? I would like to see the farthest island that people have gone to. Now, some places you don't think of them being islands, but Australia is an island. I mean, it's a continent, but it's an island surrounded by water. Japan. England kind of is an island, right? Some of those islands out there, Scotland or Ireland. You don't really think of them necessarily as islands, but maybe have you been to the Caribbean or South Pacific, or there's tons of islands like in the Indonesia area, that kind of stuff. Where's somewhere far away you guys? See, Janet's been to Philippines and Hawaii. Jean said, I would love to visit Hawaii. Yeah, you got to get there, Jean, sometime. Daisy Girl says, nope, I haven't. We've also, a long time ago, I think it was on our second anniversary, we went to the Bahamas, and we still had a nice time, but that one we went to a place called, oh gosh, I can't remember what it was called, but it was, it seems like it was Paradise something, or they have a couple big hotels there, but it wasn't that great. The water was awesome, it was super warm, but it's kind of like being in a big city and with a beach. So that one, Nassau, that's what it was. We went to Nassau. And so I know in the Bahamas, there's some other fun islands. Now I'm seeing some of you guys are saying like Bermuda, Jamaica. I would love to visit all these. Cancun. Cancun is kind of an island, right? Been there. It's really a peninsula, but you've got water on 3 out of 4 sides basically, right? So I guess it kind of counts. So Cancun is fun. Beautiful water, nice people there. And we have been to Tahiti. The islands were, I think, Moray and Bora Bora. That one, it was very nice, but you are just so secluded there. So I probably wouldn't go back to that one, but I would recommend, if you haven't made it to Tahiti, that you do it one time. And the only reason I wouldn't go back is because it was just so secluded and so isolated that I would probably rather just try out some other locations. If I could go somewhere in the Caribbean, like some of the places you have mentioned, I might do that. So let me know, have you traveled? How far away have you gone to go on an island? Would you go there again? And there's tons of islands out there. There are, oh gosh, I can't remember. Let me see, let me find the island facts, all right? And I'll read some of these off to you, because there are a lot more islands than you think of. All right, I'm going to open that up a little bit so I can read it. Interesting facts. So the world's largest islands include Greenland, New Guinea, Borneo, Madagascar, that's off of Africa. Baffin Island, that is the north part of Canada. That would be super cold. Sumatra, I think that is like Indonesia, I think. Greenland is 822,000 square miles. It's huge. So if you look out there, like when you're going to Europe, Greenland is the big, huge one, and you think it's called Greenland, that it would be nice and warm and green. No, it's all ice, and only 56,000 people live there. Not very many people for that much land. And then, of course, if you saw Iceland, which is a little tiny island, it's all green and fertile. And I think there's a lot more people who live on Iceland. So I don't know how they name those ones, but they got them backwards somehow. Let me switch that off. We're past the peekaboo. And then Great Britain is called a continental island. Hawaii is a oceanic island, and like Hawaii is built on volcanoes. So if you ever see the volcano eruptions in Hawaii, I think the Big Island has an active volcano. That lava is actually building islands. So those islands that are in Hawaii are formed by volcanoes. When you go to Tahiti, it's based on coral that has grown up to the top, and the islands formed off basically coral. And I remember when we went to Tahiti that when we were on Bora Bora, there's the sand. It's not really sand, it's just all gravelly at the beaches, and it's just all coral that's ground up, but very, very beautiful there. Let's see, the largest island that is in a freshwater or like in a river is in Brazil. What else? So there's coral islands that are made from the skeletons of coral. That's what it is. So when the coral dies or it gets exposed to sun, eventually it just works into time. You could have an island there. And so I'm pretty sure the islands in Tahiti were like that. What else? The Maldives look very beautiful. I don't know. That's kind of off of India, far away. The biggest island that's not like a continent is, what was it? It was one in, I can't remember, but it was in Indonesia. Part of it, I can't remember the name of the island. I had written it down, but now I forget. Oh, Borneo. That is, it's like 3 different countries have part of that island, but it's a big, big island. And interesting things about islands, the habitat that's there, the animals or the plant life, the trees, is often just specific for that area, because nothing can get there. I think some birds can migrate and those kind of things, but unless people bring things to the islands, nothing changes. They have a habitat and it adapts and it grows and it functions. But if you bring things from the outside, it can throw everything off balance. And at the same time, I'm not sure about this, but I think if you tried to move things from, say, like Hawaii or Tahiti to somewhere else, like to California, I don't know that they would work so good. But anyway, islands, I think they're fun. There are hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of islands in the world. Some are super small, like just a couple meters, and some are huge. So big variety. If you haven't been to an island, I hope you have the chance to visit. I think you would have fun. Usually it's just fun to be by the water and the ocean and waves, and you see different type of animals, sea life. When we go to Hawaii, we see this last year we saw a shark swimming just a few feet from us, which was a surprise. We had never seen that before. It was a shark probably about that size, and he just came swimming right. I mean, people were standing where it was, and we were hollering out. Stephanie was yelling at him, "Get out of the water, get out of the water, there's a shark." So he was just swimming through, and then you'll see turtles out there, and there should be dolphins and whales. I know if you go at certain times of the year, there's tons of whales in Hawaii, and that would be fun to see. So a few things about islands. I like them. Some I would go back to, some I wouldn't. And again, not because they were not nice or they were bad, but I would probably want to try somewhere else before I went back. And then what else was I thinking about the islands? And then yeah, it's just something you should experience to get out. But there's lots of islands to go to, and some that I would still love to check out. All right, let's keep moving on. So when I saw that box it card, it just made me think of island fun. And so this is our 5x7 box card die set. And it comes with a bunch of dies. Let me find it, and we'll take a look at it on the website first. And I'll show you how easy it is to make it. This one's a little different. It is from, I have a little, way back in time, November of 2017. So if you are an old timer with the Stamps of Life, you have had a long time to get this one. And it's fun. It's being a 5x7 card, it is bigger. You have a lot more space to work with. I think even on a 5x7, if you were to mail it, it's just regular postage. I know I have sent 5x7 postcards and just paid regular postage. So let me show you what we have on the website. Whoops. There we go. All right, how many dies do you get? 30 dies. Now, don't be afraid. 30 is a lot of dies, right? But let's see. Let me show you the die set. This big die here on the outside does almost all the work. And you really only have to use this big die to get the whole base of your card. I'll show you. You run this through twice, this large die on the outside. All these dies on the inside, these are all decorations. This die down here, it will allow you to, if you want to add some layers, I don't know if you can see this in my little picture up there, but you can make little layers, kind of like levels to your card. And so that die that I'm showing you right there, that will add the little inserts so you can layer your card, give it some dimension. And then again, all decorations, you have balloons, banners, happy birthday words, but a total of 30 dies, but you are mainly just using the one big die that I talked about, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's look at the samples. This is actually on the packaging, and you can see this is all items found in the set. And there's the dies, and I do have some of these fun samples to share with you. The fun thing about the 5x7 box card is you can mix and match stamps and dies you already have. So if you are in the Die Hard Club, you have tons of options, different ways you can use stamps and dies, add them to this die set. You can decorate with these. It's like endless possibilities. Look at here. Here's one like Halloween or fall theme. We have one with our Cookie Pals all on there. 4th of July box. I mean, just so many ways you can use it for birthdays like that. You've got some gifts, balloons, your streamers. Back to our normal set. So tremendous die set, and because it is so versatile, many different ways that you can use it. Let me show you some of my other card samples. Again, this is my first one. It's got the Steffi doll on there, and I think that is Summer for Fun. The palm trees might be, whoops, let's see. The palm trees on this one might be retired. Let me scoot that back a little bit. It's a little bit bigger card. The sunglasses are from our Sunglasses to Stamp. I know we looked at those a week or two ago. You get the flaps out here. Now you can decorate all these and go crazy with all the different stuff using pattern paper, easy. And so many different themes, so many different ways you can use it. Again, the palm trees I think were from Island to Visit. I think that one is retired, okay? Steffi doll is one of the, it has a stamp and die set. Let me get the other ones out of my basket here. And we might have seen some of these on the website, but I know there are additional ones. Here are some, I think these are Stamps of Life Pudgies, maybe a bear Pudgy and an elephant Pudgy added to that one with some kind of light pastel-y colors. And that's a nice one there. And let's see what else we have. Here's a bunch of flowers and with some sentiments on the front. So all the decoration on the panels, it looks like it's just from pattern paper pads. So these panels, all these little sections here, you can cut these out from pattern paper. Easy way to decorate, right? Here's another nice one. I think we saw this on the website. Maybe it has some stamps and dies from our Garden to Stamp. I see the little watering can up there. Here's our bees. We have some great bee sets. Bee for Me or Hive for Bees. I'm sure those bees are from those sets. These cards are really super nice. You can go simple or you can really decorate like crazy. Here's some gnomes. We have looked at gnomes in the past. What's nice is these cards fold down, okay? They get flat. So you're going to be able to mail them in a 5x7 envelope, but when your recipient opens it up like that, they get all that fun, interesting look. Here is, a lot of these we have looked at in the past, so it's kind of fun to see how we looked at the Noah's Ark stamps and dies from the Stamps of Life a long time ago. Well, earlier in this year, just seems like a long time ago. And you can decorate with that. Welcome Little One, so a new baby arrival. Here is one. Yep, this kind of works. Maybe you have an upcoming graduation coming up. Now this says class of 20, so of course you'd want to switch that, but they've added the fold it card in there, and then you've got your little critters with their graduation caps, both sides decorated, fun colors. One more, and it looks like this set, this might use just the stamps and dies found in the set itself. So that is the 5x7 box card die set. And I'm going to show you how to cut the base. We won't go full on this one because, again, you could do a lot with this. Whoops, that was what I wanted. You could do a lot with this one, but I'm just going to show you actually how to make the box the base of the card. All right, so let's do that. I'm going to move all these items out of the way. Again, when we're doing this part of creating the card, we just want the one main die. The key is, when we do this, is we're going to grab this big die. Remember, this was how it looked. And I've got all these fun decorating dies, but this is the one I want. This is the star of the show. It's going to do all the work for us. We need to cut this twice in order to make the base of this card, all right? This long one is the insert, how we were talking about, so you can make the different levels of the card, kind of like layer it. This little, you'd cut this out, insert it, folds in, and fits right inside the card. So this is a valuable piece that you would use a lot. Then these, I'll just show you right now before we go on. These ones here would decorate the panels. So you have different options. These larger ones would decorate the panels. So it's really, really easy to do the base of the card. Let's go over here to our machine and work on that. All right. Okay, we're over here on our little work table. I have a ton of this strawberry, cranberry color cardstock, so we're going to use some of that. We need to run this twice in order to make our base. Okay, so we're going to take that and run it through here. I told you with the last die cuts how we would set up. We have a cutting plate, cardstock, the die, and then another cutting plate on top. If we do this die at just a little angle, it's going to help us avoid speed bumps. I want to make sure that I don't go over the edge there. I'm getting close, so I got to pay attention to that. If it slips at all, my die cut might not work. So got to make sure that die stays actually on excuse me, on the cardstock in order to cut it. So there's our first one. And what you do is you take this and you're going to, you can see how it's cut and scored. This is going to fold like that. This is going to be one edge of the card. This tab is going to, of course, if you had a little score tool, you'd want to use that to really get these lines to be sharp so everything folds up real nice. You're going to fold there. This will be a panel for the back or a front flap. We'll put them together. But basically, all you have to do on this one, you would add adhesive here. And then we're going to make one more card. We got to run this again. Same die, same cut. In order to make this card base, you've got to put two of these together. Let's get our next one ready. And again, we're keeping that at just a slight angle. That helps us to avoid the speed bumps, which some of the time can throw our die cut off just a little. With a big card base like this, probably not, but maybe with something a little more intricate, it might create a problem. You can hear that little clicking. Sometimes that's the bumps, but since we have that little bit of an angle, it kind of, whoops, hey, I haven't heard that squeaking for a while. I must have got my platform a little bit too close. So let's bring that back over here. And again, this is easy. It looks kind of complicated. I've just done the same die twice, right? So far, this is all I have cut. And again, I'm going to fold that tab in. Going to fold this one down. And again, if I wanted to score, spend a little more time, I would be doing that just to get those lines really sharp and crisp. And you would want to have a lot of adhesive on here.
maybe glue, whatever your favorite adhesive is. You're going to fold that in. And basically, they are just going to go like this one to this one. And there you have your two cards. They're going to connect right here with this tab. And right here on this tab in this card front, you have your flap at the back, your flap on the front, and two flaps on the side. It's going to be open on the bottom. Now, if you want to add your inserts in there, you can do that. Now, to save some time, yesterday I went ahead and I cut this ahead of time, and I did put mine together. So let me show you. This is my finished card from yesterday. You can see I spent a little extra time scoring down those lines, and I adhered everything. It's holding together really nice. I only had to put adhesive on this corner and on this corner. So where the tab and they overlap a little bit, that's where you're going to focus your adhesive on. Now I could use these other panels, how we were talking about. I have this large panel, could decorate this panel. I could add something onto here, pattern paper. The tabs here on the end, these two, you would just be using this shape here. And then again, we have all the decorative things. Great, right? So again, when your recipient opens it, they can pop it up. When it comes to them, it's going to be flat. All your decorations, maybe your happy birthday, your sentiments are on there. They're going to open it up out of the card. They just bend it a little bit and boom, everything would be right there. And they would have this really nice card. So very, very easy to do, right? Again, some of the die sets have a ton of dies, but usually just a few of them do all the work. And this is an example of that. The one big die, you run it through twice, and it's going to create your card for you. Super easy. Again, I added my adhesive, I let it set overnight, and it is holding together really solid and good. So you could crank out a bunch of these. And if you do have that collection, this is a reminder for you to do that. Okay, let's go back over to camera one.
Sure, I have my mics on. Okay, I hope you like that one. That is the Stamps of Life 5x7 box card. This one was popular. I believe it first went on sale for us on, let me get a towel here, 1 second. It's getting hot in here. This is the hottest it's been in my little studio. So it is hot today. But this one was on HSN. Might have been all the way back in 2017. I don't remember the exact years we were on there. But that is the 5x7 box card. It's been on the Stamps of Life website for a long time. So I bet a lot of you have it, and maybe you have forgotten about it. So remember to use it, all right? That's what we're trying to get you to do. Make sure you break those out and use them. We want you to have a lot of fun with these. All right, let's move on. This is our good news segment. If you have your Bible, you want to get that out. How are we doing on time? I have to go today. Friday was Maria's birthday, so we're going to get some pizzas today. I have to go run to one of those make it yourself pizza, not make it yourself, but you get to add all the items you want. So I'm going to pick up pizzas for Faylene and Maria as soon as I get finished here. So let's get our Bibles out, and Exodus 20. We're going through the 10 commandments. Let me go ahead and I will bring up the slide here. I'll disappear here for a minute, but it'll get us our text. So it says, to honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. So here in the 10 commandments, right, I'm going to get my glasses on too, because I do have a few different things that I want to read. Of course, to God, and should be for us as well. Let me get that. Let's see if that will work. I'll take that off again. Hang on 1 second. We'll turn that off. The 10 Commandments, it's kind of switched from the first 4. We're kind of connected to our relationship with God. And now we're kind of looking towards our relationship with people. So Commandments 1 through 4 are kind of focused on our relationship with God. And now it's our relationship with people. So this is important because God says we're to love him first, but the second command is to love our neighbor as ourselves. So they're really connected. And so these commandments are just as important to God. So as we move on, we are focused on that. Honoring our parents. This is something that God's called us to do. And basically, as we want to honor our parents, it's the structure of the family really starts here, right? If we honor our parents or our grandparents, this helps to create a strong structure for the family. So to God, family is very, very important. And so we want to take that seriously, and it be as important to us too. So however we can honor our parents and grandparents, we want to do that. Now, a happy home with a strong family gives every family member like security, right? They feel like they're welcome, they're loved, and that they're valuable. So that's the important part of the family. Now, all that being said, some of us, I know we mentioned this a while back ago, but some of us might have had totally awesome parents, and we got along with them good and great all the time, and we always had a great relationship. Awesome, if that was your experience. Some of us, maybe we didn't have parents around at all. And then some of us, maybe we had parents who just didn't rise up to the occasion. Like we felt like maybe they failed us, right? There's all these different dynamics in a family. But the key for us is what we are to do is we are to follow God's command. Maybe our parents weren't the most honorable, but it is our job, our responsibility to honor them. And so it's the way we talk about them. It's the way we talk to them, interact with them, the way we value them. And the thing is, it says this comes with a promise, right? It says here that you'll have long life. Now, does every person that honors their parents like live an extremely long life? No. Of course, things happen in life, right? So we have to understand that. But as a general rule, if we are honoring our parents, it's going to be a blessing to us. And, of course, a blessing to them. And in creating that, we not only might have a long life, like it says here, a promise, but it also might be a more fulfilling life. I think that is really key. Because if you go into, and I think I marked this, Ephesians, now we're going to the New Testament, we're in the Old Testament. So if you go to Ephesians chapter 6, let's see, 6, I didn't make a slide for this one, but it quotes this Old Testament verse. So in Ephesians, Paul, who was an apostle in the New Testament, this is after Jesus' death and resurrection, so he's going out and he's helping the church to grow and mature, and so he's talking about families. And in Ephesians 6, we have this real important verse. I'm starting to blink. I hope that was a one-time thing. So let's keep going. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for that is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise. And then Paul adds this, that it may be well with you and you may live long on the earth. So I think Paul kind of compounds that blessing, or adds to that blessing, where in the Old Testament it said to live a long life. He says that here, that you'll dwell in the land long, but it will go with you. So it will be to our benefit to honor our parents. Again, if we had awesome parents, easy to do. If we didn't have the best parents, might be a little more challenging, right? So our responsibility is to honor it. And when I think about that, I think it's really important for us to set that example for our kids and our grandkids. I always get back to that because our kids and our grandkids, they are watching us, right? And we are setting an example for them. And I have a feeling that the way we treat our parents and our grandparents, the way we honor them, is also the way our kids and our grandkids are going to honor, respect, the way they're going to treat us. So I think, in my opinion, it's going to have a payoff for us if we do good, do what's right for the generation before us, for our parents, for our grandparents. If we set that good example, I think it will be valuable for our lives as we grow older, and the roles kind of reverse. If we want our kids to honor us and respect us and to love us, well, we better set an example where we're doing that ourselves, right? It's really, really key. And again, how we were kind of talking about, awesome parents, so-so parents, no parents. I know in James it says, if we don't show mercy, we're not going to get mercy. And Jesus said the way we judge is also the way we're going to be judged. So if we want to be real harsh on people and down on people, if we want to hold people to a super high standard, if we're not going to show them grace and mercy, it seems like the Bible's telling us we're not going to get as much grace and mercy. And for me, I know I want all the grace and mercy that I can get, right? I need it. I know I need it. So it's really, really going to be to our benefit to value others, forgive, show mercy, kindness, show grace to the people, to our parents, to our grandparents, and then hope and pray that we get that same grace and mercy from our kids and grandkids, right? That would be the hope. So I think if we want to have that well life, that long life, that life that is just a real blessing as we're walking with Jesus, I think that it is going to be so valuable that we set that great standard, and the next generation gets it, and our families will be blessed, right? And that's what God wants. God wants to bless our families. And maybe in our family, the generations before us weren't the greatest, but we have the chance to make a difference. We have the chance, we can make the change. We can be the ones who set the new standards. And again, hope and pray that it goes on to our kids and our grandkids, maybe great grandkids, right? We can set the new standards of honoring our elders, honoring the people that maybe just did the best they could. And, we just have to respect that. And that's, again, where we come back to mercy and grace. We all need it, right? Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Again, those passages were found in Exodus 20, Ephesians 6, verse 1 to 3. And then if you want to find mercy, just like it's in James, I don't know the exact verse, but the part where Jesus says the way you judge, you'll also be judged. That was in Matthew 7, right there at the beginning. So good things to remember, right? Maybe verses to write down and to memorize even. If you're great at memorizing God's word, these are some great verses to memorize, because we can apply them to our life, live them out, and experience the blessed, full life that God wants us to experience. All right? Thank you so much. I want all of you to enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'm off to get a pizza run. I wish I could bring all of you a pizza too. I should have asked you guys, what is your favorite pizza? When I order one of these ones where you can get all the toppings added, the one I'm going to is called Blaze Pizza, but there's other ones like Pieology, Mod, Pizza Store. You can make your own pizza. And I just get all kinds of cheese and meat and a few vegetables here and there, and I just load it up. And it all comes together. So if you have a favorite pizza, you can add that in the comments below. Again, I add all kinds of good stuff. The girls, they put a lot on their pizzas today. I like the spicy sauce or a little of the sea salt. But just for fun, if in the comments section while we're on right now, you can post your pizza. But I would love it if you would add it to the comment section. We won't have a contest this week, but I love to hear your comments and read them. If you have any prayer requests, I haven't been able to see anything in the chats here or anything like that. Add those to the comments. If you need prayer, it's important that you ask. And God says we just don't get or ask or receive the things we need because sometimes we don't ask. So it's important. Yeah, Jennifer says she loves Pieology. I like that too. And so add your favorite pizzas to the comment section. This will get posted soon. The links to all the items will be there. And I think that is it. Try to stay cool. I'm sweating in here. There's just a couple lights. It's all low level stuff. I don't know, but it's just getting warm in here. We haven't had this much summer yet for a while. I'm going to go try to get a big soda or something, cool down a bit, get the pizzas back here for the team. And that is it. Have a great and wonderful day. I will see you on Thursday for Stephanie's Crafting Corner, right? And if you are in our class, we have the Tons of Fun class tonight. There are still kits available for that, so you can buy your kit and join us for that live event tonight that starts at 5. Of course, you wouldn't get your kid in time, but you can follow along, and you can always watch the replay of the class at a later time, and you can watch it multiple times. So that class, once you buy it, is yours forever. We're going to have fun tonight. I know Stephanie's going to show off some great fun stuff. The Tons of Fun class is on the Stamps of Life website. You can still get that. And I will see you either tonight, Thursday, or not, maybe not till next week, till Take Two Tuesday, all right? Share this video, like. If you don't subscribe currently, subscribe to our channel. You'll get updates when we go live and all that good stuff, all right? God bless all of you. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Let me find my slide. This is still one of my things I'm working on, and I'll get it eventually. Maybe. All right, I'm off. Take care. Bye-bye.